Okay, so good morning, folks. The purpose of this video is to go over some things on this Esch no-till drill I just got and show you what and how it's made. I did some research online looking at a few different things, but I haven't really found any as detailed information, so I'm going to show you some stuff and hopefully it will help you if you're looking for a drill, make up your mind what you want to do here. Now, first thing we need to discuss is this. This is a Stanley Fat Max tape measure. It is arguably the best tape measure ever made. And the only people I know, I shouldn't say it that way. If you're not using a Stanley Fat Max, get yourself one, you'll like it. They're the best. This thing here is, I don't even know how old. It's great. All right, now, let's get to looking at this drill. So, I got this on Saturday. Well, so what's today? Wait, Friday. What's today? All right, I got this 2 days ago. And my overall impression of this thing is really just wow. Everything on this thing is just like super heavy duty. Now, the other thing is, when I was looking for a drill, I had called and talked to a Great Plains dealer, and then I had emailed Esch, and the equivalent drill from Great Plains from their dealer was $40,000. This drill was basically $25,000. I think the drill itself is like $23,500. This is a 2-point, so it doesn't have a tongue hookup or a front trailer hookup to it. You hook it directly up to your 3-point hitch. These pins, there's a 2-stage pin here. This is bigger than this one. I'm getting my tape measure out here. So this stuff here, you can see this is all 1/2 inch. This is all 1/2 inch steel here. This stuff back here that the planters are made of, that's 3/8 steel. This tubing is 4-inch tubing. Let's go around here. So they give you, this is just a Plano tackle box for a toolbox. Oh, so you get these things. It says stroke control. So what these things do is they're like little clamps, and you can bring them around here, and when you set your drill down, you can put as many on as you want, but it'll clamp on here, and if your hydraulics would be leaking off, it'll hold it at a certain depth, which I think is a great idea, and I appreciate them sending those. Now, with most of your tractors and equipment you get these days, here's your holder with your manual in it, your operator, your O&M manual. All right, let me get the tape measure out here. So, your front colders, these are a wavy colder, and it looks like they're 16 inches. These ones are, I'm gonna say, they look like 14 inch. And then your planter wheels, they look like 13 inch by 2.5 or something like that. So what I read in the manual so far, so this is what sets the depth of your planter. If you move it this way, it's more shallow. If you move it this way, it goes deeper. You just pull it up and slide it. That's the other thing. Like, I was looking at this thing, like, everything on it is just simple. Like, there's nothing real complicated. You know, everything's just, yeah. So this is your follow wheel. This is what raises and lowers your planter up off the ground. This one has a Prince Hydraulics 3000 PSI, made in the USA. Says bore 2.5 stroke 6. Lock nuts on everything. This is your drive wheel. You spin it. There's the model number. This is one of your gauges to set up for your seating rate. Come over here. This is what your acre meter looks like. As you can see, they ran a test on it, but other than that, it's not been used. In here is where you got a nice latch here. So this is your drive gear, and you can see they show you high-low range, which most of my stuff I'll just be doing in low range. So your low range is your little gear here, your big gear here. If you want to switch it to high, you just pull these pins, you take this gear off here, put it there, and this one up here, and now you're in high range. Pretty simple. Yeah, nothing too exciting in there. Or nothing, you know, crazy in there. Now, here's another one of your seating rate gauges. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention was, so in my previous video, so listen, I'm a first generation farmer, first time farmer, whatever you want to call it, and I don't know a lot about hydraulics and all that stuff. So the reason these wouldn't hook up to my John Deere tractor is these are Pioneer fittings, according to my brother. So you need a Pioneer to John Deere adapter, which I'm going to try and find online today and get a couple of them ordered. I could just run to Rural King and get them, but unfortunately with my work schedule, I don't have time to do that, so it's easier for me to just have it shipped to the house. Oh, I wanted to show you this too. So this plant's on 5.5 inch spacing. If you can see that. I'm trying to hold the tape center, but it's close. You get the point. So, like the one particular Great Plains draw I was looking at, it plants on 7.5 inch spacing. Well, I want to put as much seed down as I can as fast as I can. So I wanted a 5.5 inch spacing. I wanted my rows tighter. And you can extrapolate from that reasons why, but that's another selling point. These, I don't even know why you would put them on 7.5 inch spacing. Unless the planters aren't set up they won't fit, so you can't put them any closer. All right, so we're gonna go up here. You got a nice step here. Even with muddy boots, you wouldn't have to worry about slipping on that. So this is your big seed box. You look down in here. This is your agitator wheel, and you can see the foam rollers down in there. Now I talked to Jay about that, and from what I understand, the way he explained it to me, here's your seeding rates and stuff for some stuff. But you should calibrate your drill every time, which I'll show you that when we get down there. This is your small seed box. Gives you a nice sticker there, and you can, if these things come off or fade, you can reorder them from them. Now this uses like a little plastic or rubber wheel in there for the small seeds. But anyway, getting back to so Jay, what he told me was, so I guess he used to sell Great Plains drills, or he used them a lot or something to that extent, but he said the foam rollers for the seed application, he goes, work the best because they will pick up and hold like the one of the seed mixes I like to use here in Pennsylvania is Ray's Crazy Fall Mix that we get from King's Agri-Seed. It's like a 12-way mix, and it's got big, little, all kinds of different size seed in it. I can dump that in there and plant it. You don't have to worry about separating big and small and all that, which is just a royal pain in the rear end. And with the way farming's going, cover crops are really making a huge comeback, which is a good thing. So you don't, with the foam rollers, yeah, you might have to replace them, but it's fairly simple. So that's why they use the foam rollers. And here's the other thing. If you're even thinking about, they make these things down to like a 3-footer to like tow behind a 4-wheeler. So if you're doing like food plots in the woods or whatever, small stuff, and they're not cheap, but this is a piece of equipment that you will hand down through the generations. If you take care of it, it is going to last you a long time. These things are so heavy duty, it's insane. All right, so here is where so this is your, see if I can do this one-handed. So this is your tarp that you lay under the seed tubes, and then you crank, on this one, you crank your drive wheel 101 times, then that equals 1/10 of an acre. So then you simply take your seed off your tarp, you weigh it, and that tells you wherever your settings are at, what your seeding rate is, which is great. Pretty simple. Like I said, everything is simple. This is where I bought my drill. If you want to check these guys out, little things like this is helps protect your hydraulic lines. They didn't have to put that on there, but they did, so that's nice. Your springs, lock nuts on everything. Now, I suspect they didn't use lock nuts on these just because there's so much weight bearing on these U-bolts that you don't need them. Here's a kind of a close-up of your foam rollers and how they look. And I like the fact that you have this plexiglass on here, so when you're on the tractor, you can look back and see your seed dropping down through. Now, the first thing I'm going to use this for is planting hayseed. So, I'm not sure, you know, how it's going to work or whatever till I get everything set up and figure it out. But the other thing is, so this is, my tractor is a John Deere 2440. Where's my 2440? Right here. So, the guy bought it off of dynoed this thing at the PTO at 60 horse. I think John Deere classified it as a 65 horse. And if my memory serves me correctly, this tractor weighs about 7,000 pounds. You might be able to get away with a little smaller tractor as far as just moving this around, because I haven't stuck it in the ground yet to see how it pulls and all that stuff. But I wouldn't want too much of a smaller tractor to handle that thing, because it's a lot of weight. Let's see how long it is here. So let's just go to the back of this, to the front hookup. So there's 6 foot. So plus you probably got another, oh, I don't know, 16, 18 inches out back there. So it's pushing 8 foot that way. All right, let me, hold on a second. Okay, so, and it's almost 8 feet wide. And let's see if I can do this one-handed. Roughly, it's almost 6 feet tall. So there's a lot of, you know, when it's sticking out the back of the tractor, so you got leverage, cantilever effect or whatever. And that's what happened when I pulled it off the tractor the other day. So that wheel locked up on the right side before the left one did, and this tire swiveled and come one way to the passenger side, and it threw my left front tire off the trailer, and then this thing was half off the trailer. So things got a little dicey there for a minute. The guy, the driver he came around, he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yep, everything's locked up. We're good." And then we just inched her off little by little, and we got everything. But that was a pucker moment for sure. All right, well, I wanted to make this video, give you guys a kind of a good close-up look at some stuff. You know, I don't think I showed this, but you know, all this stuff's all, well, I think it's quarter, but it might be 3/16. Let me, hold on. Now, so this is 3/8 steel here too. So it's heavy duty. Get you a look down here. You can kind of see what's going on here. Now in your O&M manual, they give you an absolute 100% complete parts breakdown, part numbers, pictures, diagrams for every single part on this thing. Give you a good look at this stuff. A lot of grease fittings, which is great. As you know, a lot of the older equipment had a lot of grease fittings, and it lasted a long time. Oh, see, just like that. There's a metal stem on your tire, valve stem, which is good. Just another little. It's just those little things that matter. Plus, this thing was significantly cheaper, less expensive than the Great Plains. Now, I've never been around the Great Plains. I don't know what kind of steel they're made out of and all that stuff, and I'm not knocking them. They make a great drill. A lot of people use them. Steve, hi Steve. Hopefully he's watching this video, but the one guy he uses to plan his food plots and stuff, I know he has a tie drill, and they really like it. They say it's a good drill. But from what I understand, Ty doesn't make drills anymore. I think you can still get parts for the stuff, but they don't make the drills. So, at any rate, just wanted to do this video so you got a quick overview on this. You can kind of see what everything's made out of. And I will, I don't even have any seed yet. Plus, here, so I'm from Central PA here, and we've been just chewing at the bit trying to make hay, but the weather just is not cooperating, and I seen a few guys trying to get hay off, and it all got rained on. So not that that's the worst thing, but you know, there's a difference between feeding cows and horses, and right now I need hay for both. So all right, well, thanks for joining me. I will keep you in the loop. I wanted to do a live, but my cell service out here just sucks, so I couldn't do a live thing. But one of these days when I get somewhere, or for whatever reason this cell service works, I'll try and do a live. Maybe the day I plant we can do some live stuff, but we'll see how that goes. All right, hope you're having a fantastic day. As I always say, God bless each and every one of you. Pray for this. I don't want to say just pray for this nation, but pray for everything right now. Things are going to get a little crazy, so we'll see you on the next one. Here we go.